corporation Sutter Health, CPMC, has perpetrated an act of corporate genocide.
Inmigrante, este es otro paso para borrar a nuestra gente, a la gente inmigrante, a la gente pobre, a la gente que no tiene abogados para defenderse. Esto es muerte para nuestra comunidad.
A block that spans all the way from Post to Erie down to Polk and all the way up to Franklin. Sutter Health Corporation, California Pacific Medical Center, killed a perfectly good business, several homes, 2 or 3 businesses, the jobs of over 35 people, and countless jobs in the hotel across the street, to build a corporate hospital that doesn't even have a permit yet. There are many scandals behind corporate death, and they are never marked. Again, our point today is to mark this act of corporate genocide rather than to just be displaced and taken out and removed, which is usually the situation for poor people, people of color, elders, and our ancestors.
Bruce Allison of Poor News Network. All these businesses you see here are not formula businesses. These are mom and pop businesses. From the restaurant at the corner, the mattress store, all the way up. And 40 residents will be kicked out of their room, given a minimum stipend that can only pay 1 month's rent in an average apartment in San Francisco. These people will be moved and evicted. They already have mapped this area as a hospital without a permit. How can you map something that technically don't exist? Thank you.
Mi nombre es Ingrid de León, reportera de prensa y estoy muy triste porque quieren cerrar este lugar para hacer un hospital, pero este lugar, yo desde que vine a este país he venido a comprar café acá.
So my name is Ingrid de León. I'm very sad this day because no longer the place. When I got here to the United States, I've been buying coffee since I got to the United States. It's a really sad day.
Este es el único lugar que está abierto temprano y hasta muy noche.
This is the only coffee shop that is open really early and really late at night.
No quiero que lo hagan, espero que no lo hagan.
And I hope it's not done. I hope they don't do it.
Porque nos beneficia a todos.
Because it benefits all of us.
Gracias.
Thank you.
De Leon is an act of revolutionary media resistance, as all of us at Poor Magazine are, as poor people making media in resistance.
It's a hospital they're going to build. What you guys are demonstrating against a hospital. But we understand this hospital, this corporate hospital, is not for the elderly, it's not for the homeless, it's not for the our folks. It's going to be for rich, wealthy people who have the means, who have the insurance. And we have seen here in California, in Los Angeles, how some folks end up going to the hospitals, and just because they didn't have health insurance, they were thrown in the streets. They got footage about these of our elderly folks, our homeless folks, just because we don't have the proper health care, are being put in the streets, thrown by the fucking ambulances. I seen this. I know many of you guys seen this. I think it's an injustice. Demostración. Porque creemos que este hospital no es para nuestra gente, para la gente inmigrante, para la gente pobre. Hemos mirado como hospitales en Los Ángeles, California, después de cuando va la gente anciana y si no tienes cuidado, si no tienes medical, han empujado a nuestra gente a la calle, los han tirado.
Like my brother Mudiano said, one of the things that people say is this is going to be a hospital. Why are you protesting? We need more hospitals. The reality is St. Luke's was a beautiful hospital. It remains a beautiful hospital that actually serves a lot of poor folks and communities of color that many of us native San Franciscans have been born in. This corporation is trying to kill St. Luke's and has tried to prove that they should build this corporate rich people's hospital. It's an ongoing fight.
To my character that you just saw in the Muck Theater, I am totally against this. And last year when we went to the Planning Commission, I said a few words. I said, how can y'all build hospitals over homes? Hospitals are supposed to help people, not displace people and destroy people. Am I right? I mean, I thought hospitals are supposed to heal and help people, not being placed over people's homes, especially those who are considered the elderly, the most vulnerable. So yeah, so these corporate death entities need to stop immediately. Otherwise, this entire city will be corporate, as well as it become a trend for other countries, these other cities. Thank you.
Once again, I repeat, for anybody who does not know, the Vanna's Bakery Cafe, a small family-owned business who has been here several years, is closing as of today because California Pacific Medical Center is trying to get a permit for their rich people hospital that they're going to build across the street.
Good afternoon, everyone. Again, thanks for being here, supporting Poor Magazine. It takes a lot to be here and even, saying how we really feel. And something that the hospital doesn't tell you is that when this hospital takes over, instead of just saw this guy who just came and felt like knocking me over, expressing how I feel, we can sense evil is coming, and evil is what's and claim San Francisco as its own. But what they don't tell you is it's going to only house 20% of the people that the St. Francis is helping right now. These are going to be luxurious hospital stays for only people that can afford that kind of luxurious entry. So they don't tell you that. They tell you it's going to be good for the community. Which community? Are we talking about people that can afford it or people that are poor, disabled, and are getting gentrified out of here? So let's really take a look.
Typical corporate greed, they need to kill this side of the street so that they can expand to two sides of the street, and they don't even have a permit. This is what's called intentional blight. Be very clear, folks. This was a thriving neighborhood. We are very, very clear about the way that these acts of genocide happen. And normally, us poor peoples of color, just get taken out and taken away, and we don't speak back. This is marking that moment. And I honestly thank you all for being part of this marking, because we now know the injustice has happened. Be very clear. This business is a small family-owned business from a family from Thailand. They paid their workers a living wage. They have no other place to relocate. They don't have the money to stay in this corridor because all the rents have risen, so that small businesses can be here. But yes, in fact, if you need your coffee, go to the nearest street.
Motherfucker, man. I bet you one of the
the employees in this place and the business down the street and the residents of the SROs got a few corporate crumbs for buyout. So for any media, understand that. We are not disputing the corporate crumbs that we always get to go away. We're just because it's as important as what happens after we are displaced. And one of our points at Core Magazine is to make sure our voices are heard